Hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see we're on coffee break crafting, and this is part 4. We're now working on the inside. Now I've still got my digital sheets, but to my digital sheets I am adding some brown packaging paper. I've also got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of lace, which I may or may not use. And then I've got tea dyed fabrics, mainly cotton. I've got some builder's cloth, and I've got some of this non-traditional ticking type fabric. Okay, so starting with this tea dyed cotton, what I want to do is I want to cut myself my spines. Okay, now I have done this before. I don't know whether you will have seen that video, but I have done it before. Now we know that our spine between our 2 pages is just under 2 inches, and I'm going to put 3 double pages in here, so I'm going to go 1 3/4 inches, 1.5 inches, and 1 1/4 inches. I'll show you what I mean. So putting my ruler onto my fabric, you can use any fairly solid fabric for this. I'm going 1 3/4 inches, and I'm gonna tear that down. Okay, and then 1.5 inches, 1.5 inches, and then 1 inch. No, 1.25 inches. Nearly got that wrong. Okay, so these are going to be our spines, and as you will realise, they are all 1/4 inch narrower than each other. So we had 1 3/4 inches, 1.5 inches, and 1.25 inches. And the reason is that when we sew them on top of each other down a central line, we want them to nestle nicely and not have that poked out page look. Okay, so I'm going to set them to one side for a minute. I'm going to pull in my brown packaging paper, and I'm going to tear off this first section that I've folded. Okay, get that into the fold line and just tear that off. Sorry, that was a bit noisy, wasn't it? Right, now having torn this off, I want to have my pages slightly smaller. Now our book is 5.5, so we're going to go 5. Okay, so there's my 5 mark, and I'm going to try and get this straight. Okay, so there's 5. Okay, and that is the right, and then this I want to mark at 10. Okay, So what we're going to do is I'm going to line that up there like that. So this is 5 by 10 this piece, or as near as, damn it. And I'm just going to cut this like so, and then again like that. And I need another one of those, so I'm going to do it again. We're going to come down 5, and we're going to do our line there, and then we are going to come along to 10, and do our line there like that. Okay, and the reason I'm doing this is because I want to work on double pages, and I'll show you what I mean. So okay, so if we fold this in half, now you can see I've not cut that very square at all. Hopefully you'll have cut yours a bit squarer. Okay, and what we've got here are the first and last page. So if this goes in here like this, and this goes in here like this, this is our first and last page. It's exactly the same as we made our cover. Do you remember? So if we open this up and we glue down the edge, and we glue, not all over your desk, Claire, down that edge. So always put in glue. And we line this, I've got glue on my finger now. We line this up here like so, and then like so. Because we're going to stitch it, the fact that this is a hollowed tube doesn't matter, because once we stitch all around there, that will be all joint. And then I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. Okay, and we're going to line this down there. Try and make sure it's straight. You remember the cover, like that. Okay, now we trim off the fabric. I'm going to try and pull it without damaging the gluing that I've done. That's spare now. Okay, and this is, I say, is the first and last page, because if we stitch this in here like this, this is our first page and this is our last page. Okay, so we'll leave that up there like that, and then I'm going to do the next one. So for the next one, I would like to use the printed papers. So I'm going to fold this on the provided grungy fold line that was down the middle. Okay, I'm going to measure across. Now, I would like this to be very, very grungy. So we did that at 5. What if we do this one at 5.5? So it'll be a little bit more sticking out. So we'll line the ruler up and we will cut. I did have a blade, I know I did. There we go. We will cut down here like so. Now, if that bothers you and you don't want the 5.5, then just do it at 5. I'm going to trim off the white because obviously we don't want that. And then I'm going to measure down 5, which is there. Oh, it was there. Where's my line gone? Oh my goodness, I can't see the line. Okay, let's try that again. 5. Down there. And we'll cut this off. I don't think that's right. That's not 5, is it? Claire, what are you doing? Look, that's 6.5. Goodness me. There's 5. See, I'm just going a little bit mad today. Don't worry about it. Line down there and cut this one off. Now, as I say, if you're struggling with the idea that this is going to stick out further than that, then obviously just shorten it. It's absolutely fine. But then I'm going to take another one because I had another one of these. They're exactly the same. I'm going to fold it on the Grungy fold line that's already been designed for us. I believe when we did it at 5.5, yeah, it came to just before that brown line. So we'll trim this off. And camera again, and I think. Trim this off here. Trim that off. And again, measure my 5. Only make sure you measure 5, Claire. There you go. Now, as I say, I'm only going to put 3 pages in my book because I'm going to make them fully decorated and interactive. If you want to add more than 5, that's absolutely fine. The way my book is going to expand is that I'm going to put coffee dyed papers or tea dyed papers in the middle. So there's the first and last. There's the second and the penultimate, which will go on the next widest. Okay, and then I'm going to get some more brown paper to do these ones. So get all your pages cut if you're crafting along and stuck to your fabric spines, and then next week we'll look at decorating up our pages. As always, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found some joy and inspiration, and I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.